A very, very happy Easter to you all. It was Albert Camus who said that war and plague always take us by surprise, and it's certainly been true of the recent coronavirus. But as Christians, perhaps we shouldn't be so surprised. After all, our faith is undergirded by the twin realities of Good Friday and Easter Sunday. As we read again those accounts of Easter in the Gospel accounts, we move so quickly from the gathering darkness, the suffering and anguish of that Friday afternoon, and a few verses later, the sun's rising on a peaceful and hopeful Sunday morning. Seafarers know better than anybody the realities of living and working amid storm, and they too know that ultimately storms will pass and the sea will be calm again. And that's very much the reality for us as we face an Easter, which is one very much when many people are still experiencing Good Friday with illness, the fear of illness, with relatives being ill, or with all the impacts of the illness which are being experienced by people, not least seafarers. In those early Easter stories, we are reminded that the early disciples knew that when they met with the risen Jesus, they were meeting with the God in whom there is always hope, always love, in whom there is life after death, and whose love can never be conquered. And that's the Easter which we celebrate, even in the midst of these difficult circumstances. And it's very interesting that so many of us in isolation now, and unable, for example, to go to church, to celebrate with our friends, to share Easter eggs. That's very much the experience of so many seafarers. And so we are, in a very real sense, standing in the shoes of seafarers. But we are reminded that we are always to be people who hold on to the hope. We are the Easter people. And in all circumstances, in all ways, we should be sharing hope and life and love, because we know that the future is indeed bright, because the God who walks with us will always take us into a future of hope. And I finish with some very nice words of an old hymn. O Maker of the mighty deep, whereon our vessels fare, above our life's adventure keep thy faithful watch and care. In thee we trust, whate'er befall, the sea is great, our boats are small. Amen.